Born in Palestine, Texas, in 1943, Gene Watson grew up learning the hard truths of life from his hard-working sawmill father. By day, he worked as an auto body repairman, but by night, his voice lit up every honky-donk from Houston to Dallas. His raw, unfiltered talent soon caught the attention of music executives, and in 1975, his breakout hit Love in a Hot Afternoon shot to number 3 on the country charts. This wasn't just another country tune. It marked the start of an unprecedented run, with Gene stacking up 21 top 10 singles while disco and rock tried to dominate the airwaves. Unlike many artists who adopted exaggerated twangs and manufactured accents, Gene was a genuine article. His sincere, soul-stirring voice made every heartbreak feel personal. Even legends like George Jones hailed him as one of the greatest voices in country music. At his peak, Gene had it all: a string of gold records, sold-out tours, a beautiful Texas ranch, and the respect of his peers. Yet, behind the roar and applause and radiant stage lights lay a secret battle that would soon upend his life. In the early 1980s, while Gene was dazzling fans night after night, the country music scene was undergoing a seismic shift. Record labels began favoring a slick, crossover sound that mixed country with pop influences. Big names like Kenny Rogers and Barbara Mandrell were rewriting the rules, and even established icons like Conway Twitty and Mickey Gilley were shifting their styles to keep up with changing trends. As traditional country music started to fade from the spotlight, Gene's authentic sound was increasingly sidelined. While Gene continued to perform and win hearts with his pure country style, a different storm was brewing behind the scenes. Over the years, he had placed his trust in others to manage his finances, a decision that would haunt him. What began as minor discrepancies in his touring income quickly snowballed into a nightmare. Rising expenses from endless tours, soaring gas prices, hotel bills, and maintenance costs began to eat away at his earnings. But these mounting expenses were just the tip of the iceberg. A tangled web of mismanaged finances, tax issues, and shoddy accounting practices left Gene grappling with a mountain of debt. Despite his music selling out venues night after night, his bank account was bleeding out due to bad contracts and improperly handled recording royalties. As new digital recording techniques and distribution methods emerged, royalty accounting became even more complex. Gene's contracts were outdated, leaving him vulnerable and exploited. By mid-1984, the IRS was breathing down his neck with demands for over $250,000 in unpaid taxes, and creditors were constantly on his case. His once glorious career was spiraling into a financial abyss. The defining moment of Gene's downfall came on a fateful night in 1984. After a triumphant performance of Farewell Party in Dallas, a song that had become synonymous with his legacy, he returned to his dressing room to find a stack of legal papers and a foreclosure notice on his beloved Texas ranch. Imagine the gut-wrenching irony. Singing about saying goodbye while actually being forced to say goodbye to everything he had worked for. Overnight, the man who had once filled stadiums was reduced to living in a cramped rental, his treasured gold records taken down from the walls, and his belongings sold off one by one. As his financial woes deepened, the effects rippled across every aspect of his life. Concert promoters, once clamoring for his performances, began dodging him. The once busy touring schedule of 300 shows a year shrank to a meager 100, with many gigs now relegated to low-paying, half-empty clubs. His loyal band, known as the Farewell Party Band, was forced to find more stable work, and even Gene's once powerful voice started to crack under the relentless strain of stress, chronic insomnia, and financial despair. Headlines began screaming, "Traditional country star faces financial ruin," and Gene Watson's fall from grace, sealing his fate in the media. Even MCA Records, his longtime label, distanced themselves, leaving him to fight a seemingly hopeless battle. At this point, Gene wasn't just fighting for his career, he was fighting for his very survival. Just when it seemed that all was lost, an unexpected lifeline came knocking. One rainy morning in March 1985, while Gene sat despondently at his kitchen table, his phone rang. On the other end was none other than the legendary George Jones, the possum himself. With empathy and determination, George reassured Gene, "I hear you're having some trouble. I've been there, and I'm not about to let one of country music's best voices go silent. It wasn't long before Merle Haggard, another stalwart of authentic country music, joined the cause. Together, these titans of the genre orchestrated a benefit concert at the historic Ryman Auditorium, the revered mother church of country music. This star-studded event, featuring names like M.O. Bandy, John Anderson, and Ricky Skaggs, turned into a spectacular celebration of genuine country music. The atmosphere was electric, and the concert raised over $75,000 in 1985, a sum that was nothing short of miraculous at the time. More importantly, it sent a clear message to the entire industry. Gene Watson was not finished yet. Armed with new hope and a fierce determination, Gene began his long road to recovery. He took every show he could get, small venues, county fairs, private events, rebuilding his reputation one performance at a time. But this time, he wasn't just relying on his voice. He took control of his career like never before. With a new manager recommended by George Jones and a certified accountant by his side, Gene scrutinized every contract and tracked every dollar. He even launched his own publishing company, Gene Watson Music, ensuring that he would finally own the rights to his timeless recordings. The turnaround was nothing short of extraordinary. By late 1985, he signed a new record deal with Epic Records, a label that truly understood the soul of traditional country music. His comeback single, Memories to Burn, stormed into the top 5 on the country charts, proving to everyone that pure, heartfelt country music could still cut through the noise of pop crossover trends. Gene's comeback wasn't just about reviving his career. It became a blueprint for future artists. He soon emerged as the go-to advisor for younger musicians navigating the treacherous waters of the music business. His office in Texas, where he still kept his old auto body tools as a nod to his humble beginnings, became a haven for artists seeking honest advice on managing their finances and artistic integrity. His story inspired a revolution in the country music industry. Not only did Gene rebuild his career, but he also helped establish the Traditional Country Music Association in 1988, a pioneering organization dedicated to protecting artists' financial interests and preserving the authentic sound of country music. Through seminars, workshops, and personal mentoring, Gene ensured that future generations would avoid the pitfalls that nearly destroyed him. What makes this story truly viral is its universal message of resilience, redemption, and the relentless pursuit of authenticity. In today's world of streaming and social media, where trends come and go in the blink of an eye, Gene Watson's journey is a testament to the power of staying true to one's roots. His experience isn't just a tale of personal triumph. It's a masterclass in self-reinvention and the importance of understanding every aspect of the business. From the empty halls of foreclosure to the roaring applause of sold-out venues, Gene's journey is packed with moments that will leave you on the edge of your seat. And let's not forget the ultimate clickbait factor, the shocking, almost unbelievable turnaround orchestrated by two of country music's biggest legends. This isn't just a comeback story. It's a complete reinvention of what it means to be a true artist in an ever-changing industry. So, if you're ready to dive into one of the most gripping, inspiring, and downright unbelievable stories in country music history, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Trust us, you won't want to miss a single detail of how Gene Watson not only reclaimed his legacy, but also paved the way for future generations of independent artists. In a world where losing everything can sometimes be the beginning of a new, even greater chapter, Gene Watson stands as a living legend. At 80 years old, he's still touring, still recording, and still inspiring countless young artists to take control of their destiny. His voice, enriched by years of struggle and triumph, continues to echo in arenas big and small, reminding us that true greatness isn't about avoiding failure, but rising every time we fall. Don't miss out on this epic journey. Watch now, share widely, and join the conversation about one of country music's most unforgettable comebacks. This is more than just a story. It's a revolution, a legacy, and a promise that no matter how hard life gets, your true voice can always lead you back home. Stay tuned for more in-depth stories on music, success, and the battles fought behind the scenes. Your next favorite viral story is just one click away.